breaking news coming on the show. Months after suffering a humiliating setback against India in Operation Sindoor, Pakistan is now revamping its military strategy, announcing the creation of a dedicated army rocket force. The new command will oversee missile operations in conventional warfare and is said to be modelled on China's People Liberation's Army Rocket Force. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif made the announcement on the eve of Pakistan's Independence Day at a ceremony in Islamabad, commemorating the recent military confrontation with India. Officials say that the force will centralize and enhance Pakistan's missile combat capabilities, a move seen by defense experts as a direct response to India's battlefield dominance during Operation Sindoor. The decision also signals a push to deepen military cooperation with China, Pakistan's key defense partner and ally, while sending a message to India about Islamabad's intent to bolster its deterrence capabilities. No timeline has been given for when the rocket force will be fully operational, but analysts warn it could trigger a fresh arms race in the region.
आज इस मौका पर मैं आर्मी रॉकेट फोर्स कमांड की तश्कील का ऐलान करता हूं। जदीद टेक्नोलॉजी की हामिल और दुश्मन को हर सिंह से निशाना लगाने की सलाहियत रखने वाली ये फोर्स, ये कुव्वत हमारी रवायती जंगी सलाहियत को मजीद मजबूत करने के हवाले से एक और संग मील साबित होगा।
And India has hit back strongly at Pakistan's latest military posturing and hostile rhetoric, reacting to Islamabad's announcement of a new army rocket force. Made weeks after its defeat in Operation Sindoor, the Ministry of External Affairs has condemned what it calls a continuing pattern of reckless warmongering comments from Pakistani leaders. MEA spokesperson Ranveer Jaiswal said that anti-India rhetoric is a well-worn tactic by Pakistan's leadership to distract from its domestic failures. He warned Islamabad to temper its language, cautioning that any misadventure would have painful consequences, just as was witnessed recently during the confrontation with India.
We have seen reports regarding a continuing pattern of reckless, warmongering and hateful comments from Pakistani leadership against India. It is well known that modus operandi of the Pakistani leadership to whip up anti-India rhetoric time and again to hide their own failures. Pakistan would be well advised to temper its rhetoric, as any misadventure will have painful consequences, as was demonstrated recently.
Right, my colleague Aditya Rajkol joining us with more details. Aditya, Pakistan announcing an army rocket force is a clear, indication that it's revamping its military strategy, perhaps on the back of losses it suffered during Operation Sindoor.
That's right, Shweta. A very, continuous threats coming in from the Pakistani side. We've seen the nuclear threat statement from Asim Munir a few days ago from the US soil, and thereafter continuous statements from the Pakistan Prime Minister, the Defense Minister and the former Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto, saying that a very strong response will be given to India if the Indus Water Treaty is put into abeyance, and has been continuous warmongering from the Pakistani side as well. Now the latest statement from the Pakistan Prime Minister on the eve of the Independence Day of Pakistan, announcing a new rocket force on the pattern of the Chinese PLA. We've known during the Operation Sindoor also that the Chinese PLA and the Chinese administration had been helping Pakistan strategically, both the Pakistan Air Force and the Pakistan Army. And now India hitting back Pakistan with a very strong and vociferous statement. Ranveer Jaiswal, the spokesperson of the Ministry of External Affairs, stating that any misadventure by Pakistan will result in painful consequences for Pakistan, as was demonstrated and visible during the recently concluded Operation Sindoor, the 4-day military confrontation in which Pakistan had ultimately no response. We hit 9 terror camps and headquarters of terrorists which were backed by the Pakistan Army and the ISI. And then when there was retaliation from the Pakistani side, we hit the Pakistani airfields, the Pakistani command control centers, and Pakistani Air Force and military bases all across Pakistan. And even today, several of those bases are not operational because of the extent of damage that was suffered by the Pakistani side. Now, Asim Munir may put up a brave face and perhaps be the first army chief of Pakistan to be awarded with the Field Marshal title after an embarrassing defeat at the hands of the Indian military and the Tri-Service. But it's clearly visible that Pakistan has been defeated and had faced a very embarrassing and crushing defeat during the entire Operation Sindoor. It faced a lot of casualties of the Pakistani military and the Pakistani Air Force personnel as well, but it doesn't seem like the Pakistan is going to change its stance. It's cross-border terrorism, the proxy war, and the kind of radical provocations that have been coming in either from Asim Munir or the civilian establishment from Pakistan. But New Delhi is very much clear that there is no question of having any kind of a dialogue with Pakistan, and we will be watching Pakistan's next steps very, very closely.
Absolutely.
And if there is a provocation, Operation Sindoor is still underway and there will be a very strong response.